The Japan Grand Prix saw Max Verstappen making a strong comeback to the podium, giving Red Bull their second consecutive Constructors' Championship. But for his Mexican teammate, the weekend didn't go so well. Sergio Perez is now facing the possibility of his FIA Super license being suspended. Sergio Perez is now facing the possibility of his FIA Super license being suspended. What kind of situation has Checo gotten himself into? Find out about it and more in today's video. The Mexican driver had a forgettable weekend. Right from practice sessions, he had voiced concerns about the car feeling unusual. Despite initially starting the race from a promising top 5 position, he couldn't see it through to the end. On the flip side, his teammate Max Verstappen reclaimed the top spot on the podium. Verstappen's victory played a pivotal role in Red Bull securing the team championship title. Sergio Perez potentially faces the suspension of his FIA Super license, which is a prerequisite for all Formula One drivers to compete in the sport. To maintain fairness and deter intentional harm, Formula One employs a points-based system. This system imposes a cap on the number of incidents a driver can be part of during each race. When a driver accumulates 12 points within a calendar year, they face a one-race suspension. As of now, Checo Perez has amassed 7 points following the Suzuka circuit race in Japan. The Red Bull driver has 5 points left in his tally, and though it may appear substantial, there are still 6 races ahead. While Max Verstappen has a shot at securing his 3rd championship title in Qatar, Checo Perez has the opportunity to keep accumulating points and maintain his 2nd place position. This situation is quite different from last year when he lost the position in the final races to Charles Leclerc. Sergio Perez went through a tough weekend in Japan, with 2 retirements during Sunday's race. However, he expressed his genuine delight in witnessing his Red Bull team secure yet another Constructors' Championship title. Perez secured a 5th place qualification for the race, but a sluggish start put him in a tight spot as he came under pressure from both Carlos Sainz and Lewis Hamilton at the beginning. In a 3-wide scenario down the approach to turn 1, Perez made contact with Hamilton, resulting in damage to his front wing end plate. Subsequently, he had to make a pit stop to replace the damaged front wing, causing him to plummet to the rear of the field. Furthermore, he received a 5-second time penalty for a safety car-related violation, as replays indicated that he had overtaken Fernando Alonso while the safety car was deployed as he entered the pit lane. However, Perez's day took a further downturn as he attempted to make his way through the field. He attempted an inside pass on Kevin Magnussen at the hairpin for 11th place, resulting in the Haas driver spinning and Perez himself incurring additional front-wing damage. It seemed like Perez's day had come to an end after retiring, but the cameras later showed him rejoining the race in his repaired car. Red Bull opted to send him back out 28 laps later to serve the penalty, but unfortunately his race came to a definitive conclusion on lap 42. When reflecting on his eventful Japanese Grand Prix, Perez commented, "It was just a disastrous weekend. It all started into turn 1 with a really bad start. I was squeezed and was just a passenger there in a sandwich. I think we carried a lot of damage in the car as well, and that just made it a lot harder for us." While Perez felt a tinge of frustration for not achieving a 1-2 finish, he expressed genuine satisfaction in contributing to their triumph. He said, "Yeah, it's been an incredible year. I'm really happy to contribute to the Constructors. It's a very special day for the whole team to finally clinch that Constructors title. It's been a tremendous year so far. The team has done an amazing job. It would have been really nice to clinch the championship with a 1-2 finish, but anyway, it is what it is." Sergio Perez has faced challenges in keeping pace with Max Verstappen's performance as their 2023 season as teammates unfolded. Recently, he opened up about the emotional toll of his on-track performances with Red Bull this season. He shared that he's enlisted the guidance of a mental coach to assist him in managing the roller coaster of emotions that come with competing at the forefront of Formula One. At the beginning of the 2023 season, the Mexican driver made an impressive start by clinching victory in 2 out of the first 4 rounds. He outperformed his teammate Max Verstappen on the challenging circuits of Saudi Arabia and Azerbaijan. These exceptional performances ignited expectations of an intense internal title battle and placed a considerable amount of pressure on Checo. Regrettably, Perez couldn't sustain his early season promise as a title contender. A lackluster performance in Miami allowed Verstappen to mount a remarkable comeback from the midfield and secure victory. Verstappen's remarkable streak of 10 consecutive wins effectively sealed the championship before the summer break, leaving Checo behind in the standings. While opening his heart to De Limburger, Perez explained how he is dealing with his mental struggles, saying, "Formula One is my sport, my life, my passion. When you are having such a hard time at work, it is difficult to be cheerful at home with your wife and children. So I hired a mental coach because my family deserves to have that cheerful father at home. Together with my coach, I worked on becoming the best version of myself at home, but also as a driver. As a result, I found positivity again. I am now 33 years old, but I'm still learning every day, on the track, but certainly also off it. Partly because of this, I will never get tired of Formula One. It is really great what this sport still gives me." As we enter the final 6 rounds of the 2023 season, Perez holds the second position in the World Championship. However, he faces a substantial gap of 177 points separating him from Verstappen, who leads the standings and appears unassailable. Perez's main competition now comes from Mercedes driver Lewis Hamilton. The 7-time world champion stands out as one of only 2 drivers, with Verstappen being the other, who have managed to secure points in every race of this season. This remarkable level of consistency has brought Hamilton within striking distance of Perez, with a deficit of just 33 points as they approach the final stretch of races. Despite the external pressures, the support of Checo's newly enlisted mental coach, coupled with the reassurances from the Red Bull leadership that his seat is secure until the conclusion of his contract in 2024, should ideally enable the 33-year-old to rekindle his confidence and performance, both on the racetrack and in his personal life. How would Sergio Perez's performance have shaped up if he didn't have the constant challenge of competing alongside Max Verstappen as his teammate at Red Bull? As the 2023 season draws to a close, Perez may be ending it on a somewhat less favourable note, having faced difficulties in maintaining consistent form throughout the year alongside Verstappen. However, Perez's success and reputation might have taken a significantly different path had he not shared the team with his formidable teammate. If we were to exclude Verstappen and convert Red Bull into a single-car team, Christian Horner believes that the team, along with Perez, would still have clinched the championship. Horner shared this perspective with the media following Verstappen's commanding victory at Suzuka, which secured Red Bull's 6th Constructors' Championship. When questioned about the team's potential success with only one car, Horner provided his insights. "Look, I think either driver is pretty much leading the Constructors' Championship at the moment. Perez is still second in the World Championship. He's finished second to Max 6 times so far. So, had Max not been there, he would have been another 6 races on top of the 2 he's already won." Horner's predictions might lean towards optimism, but it's essential to note that Perez's adjusted score for his second-place finishes would only result in a moderate increase of approximately 30 points, along with a few additional points depending on fastest lap achievements. Considering that Verstappen's absence would also have implications for Red Bull's competitors, a substantial shift in Perez's favour would require a significant margin, approximately around 60 points. However, even with this considerable boost to his score, it would still place Red Bull behind Mercedes in the championship standings. Horner explained that, but it's the combination of the 2 drivers' points that have obviously provided the amount of victories that we've had across the season, 13 with Max, 2 with Checo. To achieve this 6th Constructors' Championship is beyond our wildest dreams coming into the season. I don't think we could have ever dreamt of having a year like this. So I think that Max is absolutely at the top of the game. He's the best driver in Formula One at this point in time, and I think everything has to come together. Car, driver, all in total harmony. Where would Sergio Perez be in the standings if he didn't have Max Verstappen to push him? Tell us what you think in the comment section down below. And, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching.